the best thing that ever happened to me, thank God it wasn't live. The Thanksgiving keep your distance the first year.
Yeah.
I bombed good old fashioned.
Did you?
Whoa. Whoa.
Man.
Slow motion bomb. I was catching people's eye contact, and we both knew I was bombing. They was just like, I looked at Brendan. He was like, I'm down here. I can't help you.
Man.
But it was like, and then I went to like my closer from the last year's tour, which was undefeated at that point. I was like, well, surely this will get him.
Yeah, but you didn't have the energy to really
Bruh,
bring it up. Yeah,
it took a long time to get there, and they was like, nah, man.
Yeah, it doesn't pay off, and it's scary. It can
Yes.
be scary, and it can make you feel alone.
It did.
You know
So
what
once
I'm
I
saying?
bombed,
it can make you feel
the
alone.
worst thing had already happened. I was like,
Yeah.
it was like, you seen Ozark?
Yeah.
So you remember when Jason Bateman's character, when he got caught by the cartel dude, and he threw him in that pit.
Which pit? Like which? Because he always getting caught.
He came to his house. The first time he came to his house, he caught him. He threw him in that pit. He had all the lights on and stuff.
You're right.
He survived.
Navarro.
Navarro's
a good friend of mine. Shout
Yeah.
out to Felix. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, the dude, the actor?
Yes, the dude who
Oh,
plays
really?
it. Yeah.
So after that, when he survived, he was like, the worst happened. I'm not dead.
Yeah.
So the thing I was fearing wasn't even that bad.
Right.
And that's how it was for bombing. Like, once I bombed him, in front of my friends and family, I looked at Tony in the eyes, and he was just like, hey, man,
Yeah.
I can't help you.
I don't know, man. People be building me up so much to people that it'd be like, oh, God. Wait till you see this dude. I'm talking about, listen, he is knock your socks off. And I'd be like, I got a headache today.
That's the other thing. I had a
You know
headache.
what
I
I'm
had got
saying?
the
You
booster.
probably had a big-ass headache,
Bro.
too. I'm saying, like,
Bruh,
like 3,
I
4
had-
Tylenol, like, you got to put one right here, put one right here. I'm sorry, go ahead. You got to put Tylenol in a 9mm.
Just never mind. I'm
Kev,
not
stay
gonna
still,
do it,
stay
man.
still. Shoot the headache. Shoot it. To here got a 9 with an EpiPen.
Why is this happening right I was literally like, that's funny though.
Yeah, no, I
Put
just-
a Tylenol in a 9mm.
I just made that up. But you can take that though. You know what I'm saying? Like you say that my headache so big. Melissa had to put a Tylenol in a 9mm. She shot me in my sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Coming to the stage is a talent who brought his writing, jokes, and comedy from Detroit to Hollywood, from comedy stages to your television screens. He has already made his mark, and he's just getting started. Please help me welcome to the stage writer, comedian, actor, and one of the funniest roasters I know.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, comedian CP. Clap it up for him.
Hey,
He is our friend. Welcome to KevOnStage.
I'm happy to be here, man.
How are you,
happy
man?
I'm amazing, man. I love the purple set.
Thank you.
This is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just happy to be here.
I brought CP on here because most of you guys know him and how funny he is, but I don't think people know enough about CP. Not only is he a funny comedian, one of the world's best, top 5, in most people's top 5, top 10 in almost everybody else's, especially in our class of comedians, but he's also brilliant as like a smart man. Computer engineering?
No, digital media arts and technology.
Did you start in engineering?
I did start in engineering.
Okay, did start engineering at Michigan State?
Michigan State,
Michigan
right.
State. And Marquita Bradley done Marquita Bradley. I was reading these questions. I said, what you talking, CP? This is going to be out of order just a little bit. I met CP way before he actually showed up on the All Def channel. I want to say 2013 or
13,
13 or 14.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah, if it was early 14, it definitely was 13 for sure. But
Okay.
I feel like it could have been early 14.
And I mean, you probably didn't come on the channel for another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
and this was TV pitch selling CP.
Yep.
And then you guys were introduced to comedian roaster CP. But we'll get to all that before we finish. Let's go all the way back to Detroit. Okay, what was it like growing up in Detroit, specifically Brightmoor, Detroit, Michigan?
Oh.
And how was Brightmoor different?
Brightmoor to the world blow. First of all, you know what's crazy, man? Like, Brightmoor was one of those areas that people were afraid of, but being in it, we all kind of were together, and everybody knew each other. My parents, well, my dad specifically lived in Brightmoor since like 1972. They were like the second or third black family to even move into Brightmoor. So, he always tell me stories like, man, we used to be beating up white boys and hitting them with slingshots. They be trying to shoot at us, all kind of stuff. Just because it was, it was weird. Like it was like a reverse gentrification, how black people came into that neighborhood, But my dad and them, they were the first. My dad had 6 brothers. And so, it was 7 of them running around, all kind of, each one is all completely different, but, their reputation is crazy. And then, I'm my dad's first and only son. So, you know, it was dope, and I saw a lot. You know, some things were scary, some things were fun, some things were character building. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it's not as scary as people think. I always want people to understand this. You know, when you see when you drive through the ghetto and you see them kids laughing and smiling, whatever they playing with, the fire hydrant or whatever, those are just kids laughing and smiling. They don't even understand what a bill is yet, what any kind of stress is yet, and the socioeconomic stress that's on that area is not on those kids.
Yeah.
So us growing up in that area, we just was kids. So we would go skating and you know what I'm saying. You know, it was catching snakes and frogs and. You know, it was just growing up in Brightmoor was very fun. I had some lifelong friends that I still know. Some of them here, some of them aren't. You know, and I don't know, man. I just think that sometimes when I look over my life and the texture that I'm able to talk with and the things that I've been able to live through, there's a different kind of intelligence, right? There's this intelligence that the establishment told us is based on a rubric of grades and arithmetic and reading and all that, but then there's a survivor intelligence that I'm happy that I was able to tap in with.
So what were you like as a kid? I was introduced to you obviously as an adult, male selling TV shows, but what were you like? Were you shy? Were you class clown? Like what was young?
I turned into the class clown in third grade.
Really?
Third grade is where it began.
Early.
Yeah, so like, I was up until then I was on scholarship at this very prestigious private school called Faith Christian Academy. Reverend Keith Butler. He was the owner of the school, and that was his school. And he just had a very, very like the curriculum was just crazy, like super college prep. I was reading at the 8th grade level in like first grade.
Oh my. What does that mean?
Well, it just means that my vocabulary and like the amount of words that I could get through in a certain time when they tested us. By the time I got to here, I was in the 8th grade shit. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
But when I got to third grade, my friends David and Jared, they're super smart dudes, but like Kev, you're a smart dude, right? And
I was in the Gifted and Talented program.
I can tell that.
I got myself kicked out because I felt weird. I did. I was like, ain't no black kids in here.
Oh man,
they had me playing the viola and stuff, and I was like, nah, this is dumb.
Oh,
Put me back, my friend.
I played cello, but anyway, so. But a lot of your comedy comes from intelligence. It comes from your ability. Like for example, you can make a baby laugh because you can play with the language. Right? You understand the language way more than the baby does. And you can understand that by going up and down an octave and making it silly, you making that baby laugh. It's not that you on the baby's level. The baby is like, wow, this motherfucker said arithmetic. You know what I'm saying? Arithmetic. Wow! You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that you understand the relationship and how to leverage the language. And that's kind of what we do. Not that people are babies, but it's just that, you have to be very smart to kind of break these concepts down and to make them funny. You know what I'm saying? So, I was super smart, nerdy, but in third grade, I started cutting up and grades dropped. Being funny was the most important thing. Getting these laughs became addictive. And then I remember my first joke in 4th grade that made the teacher laugh was, she was like, does anybody know what beavers make that stops the water? It helps their young. They have it as a nest, but also what we learned is that these things actually act as kind of like continent barriers for water. If you want to stop water, you can build one of these, and they, we have ones that make electricity. What are these called? And I was like, ooh. She's like, Chris Powell. I was like, damn. Damn.
That's great.
And I was 4th grade, and the teacher died. And I was like, yeah.
Very clever.
I was like, yeah, because that was my chance to curse.
Yeah.
Out loud to an adult. And
damn.
She was like, wow.
That's what they're called.
She's like, damn. She wasn't like that, but she was like, she probably was in her head, but I'm sure she's probably told her boyfriend, whoever she was fucking with at the time.
Yeah.
She got home. This little kid had a zinger in class today. But,
you also went into the act out. That's next level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, I got comedy parents. Like my mom and dad. My dad loves Eddie Murphy. My dad used to wear leather fits.
Oh,
you know
wow.
what I'm saying? Yeah, and so Eddie Murphy gave like gangsters a chance to like comedy.
Yeah.
He was cool. He was, you know what I'm saying? Like he had all the women, he had cars and stuff. It was, dudes who was cool was kind of liking comedy. And so and then my mom just Richard Pryor. They used to like sneak and listen to the albums when they was kids. So when I got older, she almost couldn't wait to let me hear the albums. And I just used to go to school telling their jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People didn't know because they weren't allowed to watch them. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Goonie Goo Goo. They like, oh, that nigga crazy. I'm like, Cap, keep coming. Cap, you know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy in class. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, man.
Oh man, so would you say that you knew back then that you want to be in entertainment, or you just like making people laugh?
Well, yeah, I knew back then. I remember like crazy. My godfather, he was a insurance salesman, but he sold insurance to big concerts and events back in the 80s. And so he did Michael Jackson concerts, and so he was very, very well off. But he lived in California, and we would come out to California every year to visit him. His name was Clarence Joey. I used to call him Uncle Joey or Joey. And he set up my trust fund for college, but also we were walking up Venice Beach like 1990, I think, and they was filming White Man Can't Jump, and I'm like, that's the dude from Cheers, and that's, you know what I'm saying, and it was like just to see that as a kid, they stopped everybody, you know, and then cut and they let everybody walk through. You can see I was on rollerblades, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's just, you know, it was like, man, little stuff like that. I remember riding in his Porsche through the mountains and looking at the trees coming out sideways. I'm from Detroit. It's flat. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? They got me in Willy Wonka or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it's just like you know, that's why I try to give my kids as many experiences as possible, because there's nothing to us. But you look at they look back and you didn't shape their whole life. I see you got your kids in Egypt, and you know, they fuck around building a pyramid. You're like, how did you know? You know what I'm saying? How did you know? JoJo just, I'm building a pyramid. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I've been ordained. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You did that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah.
Oh, man. So in 7th grade, you take the statewide test. You get a 98, and they move you to a gifted school.
Yeah, called Bates Academy. So this is what happened.
Okay.
By the time I got to 5th grade, I was next level funny. I was on the basketball team. I had 0 points, 2 assists the whole season. You know what I'm saying? But they used to love me because my spunk. You know, it's a lot of foul. I used to foul the shit out of some niggas. Like, who you want fouled? First of all, who do you want fouled? Because I tell you what, coach, I'll fuck a nigga up out here. You know what I'm saying? That was me. Oh, man, I'll fuck a nigga knees up quick. You ain't going to high school playing ball, nigga. So, you know, but I wasn't on scholarship anymore because I had been joking around and I became kind of like this knucklehead. And my mom did an experiment and moved me to a public school from 4th grade, before 5th grade. And it was like I was like Fresh Prince in there. It was like, oh, these kids was loving me because that was the 4th grade where I said, damn, if I said that at Keith Butler School, I would still be getting my ass whipped right now. You know what I'm saying? No, I said that in the public school, but you know, I just like those kids was like kids on TV. Wasn't wearing uniforms. There wasn't, so I had a taste of that, and then went back to private school. Now I'm cursing. You know what I'm saying? They're like, who the hell is this guy? You know what I'm saying? And so my mom was like, all right, we're gonna put you in a different school. I went to like this hood school that was in the area. And I mean, it's just I was such a bright kid. Yeah. We took that MEP test in 7th grade. I got the 98. They told my mom I had set records in academic games, and it was a school called Hutchins. Set records, you know, like we had a super tournament, you know, and this game called On Words, and I like got the state record to this day. You probably look it up, and you know, I was really thriving at that school, but it was easy. Yeah. And then they told my mom like he needs to get the fuck out of here because you know what I'm saying, he you know somebody gonna kill him. He gonna get one of these kids pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a crazy school to be in. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going to the school called Bates Academy for 1 year. That was gonna be like a feeder school into getting me into Cass and Renaissance for King. Those like our 3 schools of choice in Detroit. And so I went there for 1 year. Now, mind you, I'm at Bates for 1 year. These kids went from K through 8 together. I'm there for 1 year, 8th grade, and I get class clown. Dang. Of their graduating class. And so it was just like my funny was on, like it was growing. Like if you knew me and you had class with me, it was I couldn't shut up because I knew it was good. I knew it was good. I knew the roast was good. I knew if I said this, Chris, can you say one more thing, you gotta go. One more thing. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And it's like, so you know, like I think like I didn't calm down until I became a comedian and realized that here is where I can do this. Yeah. Now I can stop getting on my wife nerves. Now I can here's where I can do this. So I'm way cooler now. But I'm jumping all over. But yeah, it's all good. Got to Bates and became the class clown. Got the cast. and was too much of a class clown. Got kicked out of Cass and had to go to Mumford, which is where I found my home at. It's a very smart school, but it was a neighborhood school. But it was they let me express myself, and I really flourished in there.
Got it. So you went from there to Michigan State, right? And you initially majored in veterinary science, then electrical engineering, and you landed in digital media, arts, and technology. Right. So walk us through how you went from one to another, because those are very different majors.
Yeah.
What was your thought process?
I was in veterinary science for about 17 minutes. Let me tell you this. We had orientation. I'll never forget. I'm from Detroit. I had a purple polo with the horse that was the real horse. Like, how the color of the horse is real. The little man is a jockey. Like, it ain't like this all monotone color. It was like a special edition. It was like $108 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? From Hudson's, before it was Macy's. So, and I had some Gucci loafers, some little jeans. And then we go orientation. They take us out to the farm. And the dude talking, he just talking casually. He put on this glove, and then he stick his hand in this cow's ass up to his shoulder. And I was like, and everybody's like, right. And so then and I'm like, I just want to work on pit bull puppies. You know what I'm saying? I want to cut off Rottweiler tails and shit. I want to do regular shit I seen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, in the hood, the veterinarian was a nigga you can look up to. Our vet was named Carl. He still vets my mom and dog to this day.
Wow.
He cut all the Rottweiler tails. He do the worm medicine. I said to be that nigga. This nigga, what the fuck are you doing with this horse, sir? Or this goddamn cow? So I'm like, all right, cool. Because I was going off what I knew. And I think that's one of the lessons for kids, man, going to college. You got to sometimes, I didn't know a lot of stuff. I thought I did, right? My parents, a lot of my parents and grandparents, they worked at Chrysler, right? Their bosses were the electrical and mechanical engineers. So that's what they wanted me to be. They make about 70.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, shit, okay, got to make 70. You know what I'm saying? So, I go to engineering, but then it's like, oh, these kids, all they do is work alone. It's a lot of math. Like, I can't keep up with this homework and still be cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like,
these are the choices we must make.
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be something that'll let me be me.
Yeah.
And, and I like video games and I like just digitals. I'm a tech guy. I like, I used to go to Funko Land. I had to really think about it in my head. Like, dog, what do I like to do? Like, before I leave I'm 3 years in now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I want to do? And I went to the communications college because, quote unquote, that's where the losers had to go, communications. And so I'm like, man, I wasn't cutting it in engineering. I wasn't trying to be a loser. I just didn't know. And I got in there, and then there's like all these subsidiaries. Now it's telecom.
Yeah. And
then the telecom has PBS in it for our area. And PBS like bought a building at Michigan State, and the students work PBS. I'm in there, they like switching to, Teletubbies and doing this and that. It's like the whole studio. And I'm like, man, that's dope. I like that. I look at it every day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, you know what? Like, I want to get into that program. It's like 14 kids in the program when you get into like 400 level. And just started thriving. I won some film festivals. We did some coding. Everything that's out now, when I graduated in 2007, we were learning about it coming out. DSLRs, how that was going to take over all these DSLRs you see, and how that was going to be, like cinema quality, 4K, 8K, things that are coming out, stuff like that. Mocaption, which is like the video game mocap. Like, we had all of that stuff back then. We were just playing around with it. Some of my friends went on to work at Tesla and do all of this different stuff. But like I said, I always say it's just the color run. It's just a color run. That's all this shit is.
What does that mean?
Okay, so let me break it down to you. They have this thing in Michigan. I know they do it everywhere else where it's like an event. You pay to get into the event. The event is for like, cerebral palsy or something like that. But it's like a big event, like a run. And every event that you get through, they're spraying you with paint. And so you start with a big white outfit. At the end of it, everybody goes to this bar. And, you looking around. Oh, you got the pink paint. You did the one thing. When you get to the bar, the people with the most shit to talk about is the motherfuckers with the most colors on them. You did the most shit. You over there with just blue, like, yeah, man, it was tough. You know what I'm saying? It was really tough, man. I fell into that little water, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, so, these things, they took away chunks of my life. I could have been doing comedy at 18. They took away chunks of my life, but what I got in return was colors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit to talk about, understandings to have.
So during that time, you were writing, editing, producing, winning competitions. Did you think you would be a filmmaker at that time? Was that one of the colors?
A little bit, man. I tell you who made me feel that way was Eric Thomas.
E.T.?
Yeah,
Hip-hop
E.T.
preacher?
Yeah, hip hop preacher.
How did he have an effect on you?
He's my first like boss at Michigan State. Me and my roommate CJ, who CJ is like Eric Thomas's right hand man now.
What?
Yeah,
You came up under them?
me and CJ like from the first day of college, me and CJ met when we was like, bro, he's like, you funny, man. What you want to be? I said, I want to be a comedian. He said, man, I'm funny. I want to write comedy. And I want to, and he's like, who your favorite comedian? I'm like, Martin. He's like, me too. And we just clicked. And then we were together every single day through college. When I pledged Kappa, CJ was working with ET. It was like that was the perfect time for us to split.
Yeah.
Because I was over here pledging, I was the president, and he was working under ET. After our cross and all that, he brought me to meet ET.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching ET, and I'm like, man, it'd be dope, man. Like your message is so strikingly good. Like everything you're saying is just like it's scaring me how much you hitting me. And so I made that video that with Bad As You Want to Breathe is as bad. I made that where he was like,
yeah.
And then ET was like, yo, they did like 1 million hits and all that. And so he was like, dude, we're gonna be a team. This is our new team. And so I would host events with ET on campus where we would talk to kids, and we would like, we work together. I never forget it. Like, but at the same time, it's like, I would listen to ET's message, but then I'm still president of the Kappas. I'm smoking weed in the Kappa house.
Mm-hmm.
There's babes running around everywhere.
Babes.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the old school noobs used to say. Oh, man, y'all got the babes.
I heard babe in a bit.
Yeah.
Like,
and so, you know what I'm saying? It
was
was just like, it was like I had to make a decision once again. It's like, man, I had to go off. And E.T. told me, like, man, you run around here being so funny and charismatic and all of that. And if you do it to just distract these people, then that's not a good look for you. If you're doing it just to be funny and get these laughs, he's like, bro, it's the difference between a clown and a comedian. And are you a comedian or are you a clown? And I think E.T. was trying to make me leave it all alone. Right. But I was like, shit, I'm a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like,
give me a choice.
Watch this. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, like, like E.T., Dee, like, this is like family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's dope. I talk to CJ all the time, to Toby, and just watching what they're doing, and it's just like dope. And they always tell me, like, they called me on their podcast one time, like, tell them how E.T. told you, get your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like, just so at that time doing that, when I saw the effect that had, I'm like, well, I could do this for myself too.
Yeah.
I can make a video for my own stuff. I can make, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and yeah, man, it's always been this. It's always been trending towards this.
So tell me about your time at Detroit Diesel. You were working on their website department. And you're trying to. That's Marquita Bradley. Did he not think you was real, Marquita Bradley? Did he not think you was real?
Man,
that's MB. That's MB. Marquita Bradley gonna get that information.
All right,
so you're trying to get your foot in the door at an ad agency. Talk to us about that whole experience.
Okay, so
Nike and the whole thing.
So we're at Michigan State, and everybody, I've graduated now. And, I got a couple summer classes to finish up, but they're done now. And it's like October. I'm in the Kappa house. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go home to Detroit because I don't know I don't want to be stuck. So I'm just staying in college right now. I'm just chilling. And, people looking at me like, oh, I was the president. And I'm looking like a loser right now. And so I'm like, man, let me go to this job fair just to make myself look like, And so Detroit Diesel, man, it was a young lady there. She was just like their recruiter, but she was cool. She was a black young lady, and I was just really just connected with her. Like, hey, man, and I told her I was a graphic designer, but I was lying. I took some graphic design classes because that was a part of my, it was in my curriculum, but I never dove into that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I remember my best friend, Tommy Walker, he was a graphic designer at the time. Shout out to Tommy Walker, Detroit versus Everybody. He's the guy who created Detroit versus Everybody.
Oh, dope. Yeah. Oh, everybody stole that design.
Yeah, everybody.
That
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it was like, yeah, man, Jesus versus everybody.
Right. But, he got the Gucci versus Everybody. Like, he, went on. But I was calling him at work, like, all right, how do I select a new panel? And so I worked there for 2 weeks. Because weeks prior to that, I was in the Kappa house. And I was watching TV, and there was this commercial came on. It was like CGI, and I had just learned about CGI. Mm-hmm. And so first of all, I'm like, oh shit, it's happening.
Yeah,
I feel like Jon Snow, like, oh my God, this is a walker.
Right.
This is a walker. Do y'all understand what this is?
Winter ain't coming no more. Winter is here.
And I'm like, wait a minute. If they're doing that, somebody is directing these CGI commercials. Somebody is writing these treatments. I'm like, I can do that. I can do this. And so I called Nike. And they're like, bro, don't ever call here. I was like, you're right.
How you decide to just call Nike?
Bro, because it's like, that's me, dog. You just got to go for it.
You went for literally one of the world's biggest brands.
Portland, the campus, called around. Is marketing or this marketing? No, this marketing or this marketing? Yes. What do you want? Y'all need your boy. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? I rock your show all the time. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Y'all shoes are sweet. I like the Air Force Ones. I like the Air Maxes. She was like, sir, what do you want? I want to make commercials for y'all. She's like, we don't make our own commercials. We're the marketing. Like, we hire an agency. The agency, like, we basically monitor the agency.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, who's the agency? She's like, White and Kennedy. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. Thank you. You'll be hearing from me soon. Call White and Kennedy. They were like, man, they were kind of funny, like laughing, like, dude, you are, how old are you? I'm like, 23, just graduated college. So I asked why I'm just that late. But listen, I tell you my manager in the middle. That's not the point. The point is, you know what I'm saying? He's like, listen, bro, this is the top agency. We're the bee's knees.
Yeah.
You don't start here, you end your career here. I'm like, damn, that's some
They
game.
dropped their nuts on that.
They said, this is what you do. You find an agency that's in your area, and you build it up. And then when you're the guy, we'll know you're the guy. And so I'm like, all right, well, he's like, where you live? I'm like, I'm in Michigan. He's like, oh, man, there's so-and-so, there's BBDO, Campbell Ewald, Global Hue, da-da-da. I'm like, cool. So donor, just go find somewhere. So I had like 3 or 4 frat brothers. I'm about to drop so many names because people don't understand the connections. So I have so many frat brothers that were working at this company called Global Hue, right? These frat brothers have gone on to be like Rob Chavis, one of the top writers in Hollywood right now. Mm-hmm. He's like got the CBS overall deal. He's writing Blackish. He's he's the guy.
Yep.
Then DeTavio Samuels, who was my boss, who is now the CEO of Revolt. He was like a media conglomerate genius.
Dang.
And so these are and there's a couple of other my frat brothers who I knew from the chapter who I said, yo, just give me an interview. The interview took weeks to get. In the meantime, in those weeks, I started working at Detroit Diesel, sweating my ass off every day because I don't deserve to be there, right?
What is Detroit Diesel? What'd you do there?
We made Mercedes-Benz engines for Mercedes-Benz semis.
Got it.
And Sprinter vans and all of that kind of stuff. And so my job,
manual labor.
Oh my God, no, bro, are you serious? No, I was graphic designer, and then I was the director for the training videos. So if we for the next let's say so I was there in 07, so we had the 08s coming in. I would go into a studio with an engine, and then we would say, this is how we want you to build this engine, so that while they're on Christmas break, we would be doing these. So when they come back, we have these new videos, and every department go into their thing, watch their part of the training video. It illuminates the engine, and that was what I was there for.
Got it.
But when I came, it wasn't time to be doing that. It was just time to be doing the graphical stuff, which I had lied and said I could do. So I'm making like company letterhead stuff, and they're like, this look kind of basic. I'm like, no, I can see the line right there. I did that line, and then I chop it up. All right, I'll make you another one. You know what I'm saying? And so it was dudes I went to high school with who was doing the manual labor down in the plant. Yeah. And I would see them in the cafeteria. I had a suit on. And they had to call me sir. Like, how you doing, sir? Like, nigga, you know me. What the fuck, nigga? Weed in the parking lot. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Are we smoking? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck, nigga, it's me. But it's like, dog, and I just so one day, Global Hue called me. Was like, man, we got an interview for you. Mm-hmm. So I went after work, right? I hired my student. I went after work from Detroit. I went to Global Hue. I met with a lady named Sybil, who was she was just super smart, Harvard Law type. But these are it's like Obama people. These are the prestigious black people, for the accounts that they had and everything they did. We had 6 interviews. I had to go back 6 times.
Wow.
But in that time, I'll meet with different executives, and I think that the sweet juxtaposition about me is that I come from this whole dope selling, gunslinging family, and so that's what I look like. But they made sure that I wasn't even in that. So when I talk, it was like, oh, And so I began to explain to them, like, look, you know, this is a stepping stone for me. I need an opportunity to be great. You know, I have these bills. This is what my expenses are. And it's all I need. It's about like 10 grand a year. Really, it's all I need to make my bills work. I can make everything else work. I need this opportunity to be who I need to be. She's like, well, we're not going to pay you that. You know, but I mean, you know, like they'll pay me more than that. But she was like, man, it took me around to the bosses, whatever. One day I got the call. I'm at work at Detroit Diesel. Got the call, hey, CP, congratulations. We're going to go and offer you the position, low-level position, like mailroom.
Mm-hmm.
I walked traffic. I walked into my boss's office, like, hey, how you doing? Listen, bro, I quit. And he was like, oh, I understand, man. So you going to put your 2 weeks in? Putting my 20 minutes in, nigga.
Not my 20 minutes. That's how long it's going to take me from getting here to my car.
Yeah. And so I fucking around, ran out that bitch so fast, I left this dog-ass peacoat that I had. I think about that peacoat like twice a month. I left that peacoat, I was gone.
Oh, my God.
Turned in my badge and shit. get this shit off of me. I got a real job. And you know what I'm saying? So I got over to Global Hue, and traffic was basically in like an intern program, right? Because I wasn't a marketing major, right? And so the intern program is this. I work for everybody in the company. You need something, right? You need to take this print file from this person to this person. I'll do that, but you got to explain to me what the changes are. And then I have to understand those changes and walk it to graphics or walk it to, you know, design or walk it to marketing. I mean, research. But what happens is a year of doing that, I know everybody's job. And I become like, you know, depending on who thinks that I'm valuable, I'm up for draft. Mm-hmm. It's like being in the G League. And now it's like a year is up. Any company, any part of the company can hire me.
Got it.
Now, I wanted to be creative. Just go in there and be a copywriter. And at the time, I you know, people have, if you don't know me, I can come across very hot doggy, you know, in my competitive mode, because I don't put anybody above me, especially like men and, you know, elders. I got young parents, and so, you know, I was the only child. I was with the grown-ups.
Yep.
You know, so I was slamming spades on 60-year-old niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bitch, get off the table. You know what I'm saying? I'm 9 years old. They're like, all right, young blood. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like, you know, I don't do well with trying to be a subordinate to a peer. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I got a better idea, I'm going to say it at that time. I'm young. You know what I'm saying? They got, well, we're going to pitch this. Hey, that's whack as fuck. I got this one. And they like, this guy. So, you know, they ended up, you know, that wasn't, Creative was a small knit group. And they were together. And I really had a lot of respect for them. But the Walmart team, because we had the Walmart account.
Yeah. And
we had the African-American business over at the Walmart account, which was huge. We did a lot of crazy commercials over there. That were like dope to see come out on TV, but they saw Detavio and Tracy Jennings, like they saw like, oh, this young nigga is a bulldog. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and I, you know, for me being, you know, a low level, they can take me into the meetings and I could, and so they were like, come over here, we got something for you over here. And so, but I always have my eyes on creative, you know, which was like, I didn't want to hurt their feelings, but it's like, I'm not here to be this executive for 20 years. Yep. I'm here to write a dog-ass commercial and skyrocket. Yeah. I have to get out of here. And so I, you know, worked there for two years in that position, and I got a chance to write this Walmart Christmas spot because our creative team, bless their heart, they were striking out. We had just elected Obama, and the spots weren't hitting the optimism that the black community had at that time. It's like, this ain't the same old Christmas for black folks. Right. This ain't that, nigga. We need, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We need some, you know, they got to be HBCU here. You know what I'm saying? Right. And, you know, they were still trying to be like, save money, live better, get some paper towels. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they get the fuck out of here with this bull. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, I love them to death. And so I wrote this spot where, you know, I understand what they wanted. It's like black people felt good. Even if you was broke, we felt good. And so, like, I wrote a spot where this black father was a firefighter, and so you didn't know that. All you see is a single mom wake up with these kids, and the kids run to the tree. You think they're about to rip the gifts open, but they don't. They start packing it up and packing up the food and everything, and they get it in the car. And they get to the firehouse. Now, not only is Dad a firefighter, he's the chief. He the top firefighter. And then they take Christmas to the firehouse. because some people got to work. To some people, Christmas is a work day.
Yeah.
And some of those people, we need them to work so that we can enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
And so it was just a thing to kind of celebrate them. You know, 08, we still ain't forget the New York firefighters from 9/11. So it was a good way to, and they ate it up. And I wrote a song. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wrote a song, nigga. Yes, I wrote a song. The moments I spend with you mean the world to me. They didn't use it, you know what I'm saying? But the song helped sell it. But it was like, no, we're gonna license. They licensed Donny Hathaway. I'm like, oh well, if you're gonna do something,
if that's an option,
right? If you're gonna do something, do something. You know what I'm saying? But after I wrote that spot, it was what I needed. It was like, all right, cool, y'all. I started doing comedy around that time. I was very happy about that, and it was like, it was time to step off. And Detavio and this lady named Danny Twyman, who was like HR, and they pulled me to the side like, CP, we love you, and but you're coming in tired. You're doing this comedy now. They came to my show like you really good. We just lost, it was a recession at that time, and we lost scope of work. We got to let one person go. It don't have to be you. If you say you want to be here, then that's what it is. But we see this as an opportunity for you to take this little severance package and go. And we want to see you. They was crying and shit. And I'm like, let's do it. Like, I'm ready. Like, I did what I came here to do. And so sometimes when I make these TV shows, now, I think about people like that who, it's like, they believed in me, you know what I'm saying, and they set me loose with a little something in my pocket to help me to go, you know what I'm saying. And, that unemployment shit, that shit kicked in until my daughter was born. You know what I'm saying? And, but by that time I had did shit Detroit niggas say, and everything blew up from that. And so it was just a wrap. But yeah, like, it's just, you take these chances, man, and they really do make champions.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't, a lot of people know you from the internet and from stand-up, but like we were saying earlier, I met you through pilots, right? You've sold a lot of pilots. You don't really brag about yourself in this arena much, but quiet as kept, you have sold some shows. Yeah. So in 2014, you start selling pilots. Can you walk us through that process and how you've done that more than once? Like, what's that like for you?
So they had to pull me kicking and screaming to do anything YouTube because my city was starting to recognize me as a real deal comedian that they could get behind. And I didn't, at the time, it's like I didn't grow up wanting to be on YouTube. I wanted to be on TV. And I just didn't want no parts of that. I did one video, shit Detroit niggas say, and everybody was like, oh my God. And then I kind of started doing more. I made Reggie Bo and all of that. And so what happened was one day I got a call, and this is how life works. This is how it made me feel like shit be a simulation, right? I got a call from 2 producers randomly from Hollywood that liked my content on YouTube.
Yeah.
And this is back when, this is 2011 to 2012. People were kind of making content, but they weren't really. It was just like, it was like the metaverse. We didn't know what to do with that space for real. We kind of was just getting really into it. We hadn't built out a lot of stuff. And so my stuff was good. And so producer Chill Mitchell, who, shout out to Chill Mitchell, he called me and was like, man, he's best friends with Martin. He's like, man, I could get you straight to Martin and you could be in our clique and, start touring with us and doing this and that. And I'm like, okay, that's dope. White dude called me named Chip Hall, was like, I can get you everything you got on the internet, bro. We can turn that into TV shows and I can show you how to own it. And I'm like, fuck, I wish the black dude would have said that. You know what I'm saying? Because, I just had my first kid. Like, I need to own my shit, and I don't need to be nobody's best friend. I don't need to be in nobody's clique. I don't need to be nobody's little nigga. I need to be making my own money. And, you know what I'm saying?
I love that.
And so it's like, white man felt like, he wanted to see. The thing is, I had all the ideas and I had everything, and it was like I was just a fresh way to do it. And it's like 50% of that was enough for him. Like, oh nigga, you got everything. All I gotta do is just take you here and then introduce you. And so, and at that time, 50% was good enough for me too. So I'm like, shit, I got 0%. You know what I'm saying? So, crazy. So he came to Detroit, and I took him around the city, and this is how God works. Big Sean had came back to Detroit for this concert, and he hit me up like, hey man, I want to do a video, because the stage setup was a corner store. like a corner store on stage. And so I want you to do this video where you rob me in the corner store, but then you see it's me, and then you start fanning out. And so this is after shit Detroit niggas say, but Chip is there. So he was there when I shot it. I took him to set, we shot it, and then we go to the Pistons arena, which was at the time it was the Palace. And we me, him, my wife, we all in the box. I'm ready to watch it with 20,000 kids in there, all from Detroit. And we do the video, and in the video I rip my mask off, and the kids go crazy. And I look at my wife because I'm like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I think I might have smoked a big ass blunt. I was like, ooh, you know how just the weed was. I was like, oh, it's weed, and these kids are screaming for me. I look at her, and then I look to Chip to go be like, man, and he's walking out of the suite on the phone with his lawyer. That was December 12th, 2012. January 5th, Founders Day for Kappa, 2013. I was in LA, and we was writing down. He was writing down everything I said. What else? What else do you see? What else do you see? What else do you see? And then he was like, all right, now this is something. I'm going to show you how to make this into it. And he taught me. He taught me. He's like, bro, this is, somebody said I had too much. He's like, scale that back, whatever. And, I appreciate him for doing that because he taught me the game. He put me around, like, some of my best friends in the industry right now, like Trevor Ingleson, Doug Banker. Trevor Ingleson, John Singleton's second-hand, right-hand man, producer for Snowfall. You know what I'm saying? Like, Meghan Markle's ex-husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, when I say connected, I mean it's like, fuck a passport. You know what I'm saying? Hop on this jet. But, you know what I'm saying? And, so, we all still do business together. Me and Chip, we had to separate because, once again, I didn't come here to be nobody's little nigga. I didn't come to be nobody's partner either. We made a lot of money together, and then it was like, all right, cool. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, my family, we need 100. We don't need 50 no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you start to see like, oh, wait a minute. Everything we doing is about Brightmoor or Reggie Bo or being black or, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, I can do this. I don't need nobody. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? You get your money, you get your residuals, but your boy gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, my wife need that bag, baby. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
So take me to 2015. You got new agents since y'all to audition for a new show that we all come to know as Empire, right? You book it, right? Recurring role. You got a couple episodes, and then you decide you don't want to be seen as a dramatic actor. You want to be a comedic actor, and you leave Empire.
It was a mistake. See, at the time, at 2015, I just got voted best comedian in Detroit on the radio. Like, the whole city was voted. I was a radio personality. I had my city in the chokehold. I was working with Chip. I'm back and forth from selling shows and all of that. And then here comes this Empire thing. Now, you know me, and I've already explained to y'all how calculated my moves were. The first thing I heard is that Lee Daniels is directing the Richard Pryor story. So I'm like, well, I got to get next to this dude. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I had no idea who he was. Like, he's doing that, and he wants me to play this role. I'm going to do it so I can get close to them. I remember, like, the day I got the role, I fucking chipped my tooth. And I already got a gap. So you fuck around and chip a gap, nigga, Grand Canyon. You know what I'm saying? And so, nigga, like, first episode, I didn't even want to open my mouth because I didn't get my shit fixed till the day after. So I'm like, you're funny, Hakeem. You're very funny, Hakeem. I'm in Chicago with a chipped tooth. I ain't got no dentist there. And so, just random shit I'm thinking about. But when I got there, I saw that, man, I wanted to be at home, and it just was like, this ain't my scene. It's just not my scene for a myriad of different reasons. You know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't my scene, and I realized that it's like, man, sometimes, nigga, the devil been around for a long time. He know what a blessing look like. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, he throw you some bullshit. You fall in a hole like Acme. You all the way down here. I'm living in Chicago for what? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting like seconds on the screen. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we shooting forever. But, they changing this scene, changing that scene. It's like, man, like, this isn't, I don't want to be nobody's little nigga. And I don't want to be nobody's partner or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me. And so that's always going to be, I'm always going to put me first.
So why do you consider it a mistake?
Want to take a quick break from the show to tell you about Raycon. Listen, a lot of people didn't make resolutions this year. You know what? I get it. But that doesn't mean you still shouldn't find a way to shake things up, whether it's by switching up your workout routine or going somewhere new. Whatever you challenge yourself with this year, there's no better way to do it than with a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ear. Raycon wireless earbuds are the best way to bring audio with you. The everyday earbuds look and feel sound better than ever. There's also an awareness mode for when you need to listen to your surroundings. So you can take your Raycons with you wherever you go, which optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. These earbuds are so comfortable and they will not budge. Trust me. Listen, I love working out. I be running, I be jumping, I be sweating. And it really throws my entire rhythm off when my headphones fall out of my ears. There's certain headphones I won't even wear. And once Raycon introduced me to their everyday earbuds, I realized I didn't have to worry about that anymore. I can run, I can jump, I can flip, I can somersault, bear crawl, run up and down a hill. They don't fall out and they sound great. Raycons offer 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life, and they're priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 48,000 five-star reviews. Right now, Coming to the Stage listeners can get 15% off the Raycon order at buyraycon.com/stage. That's buyraycon.com/stage to save 50% off on Raycons. Buyraycon.com/stage. Save you some money, get you some quality audio. Trust your boy. And now back to the show.
Because it was a distraction for what I really was going on. Like I had 2 shows.
Oh, you're saying going on Empire was a mistake?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying leaving Empire was a mistake.
Oh no, getting on Empire was a huge mistake.
Oh.
Yeah. I had mad shit going on. I didn't need that. I'm sitting there with these niggas making this little change that they making, and they like, man, I'm about to like, nigga, shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't making no money. You're an actor, and I appreciate that. But like, I'm producing like 2 projects, show running and writing, and I can't tell anybody because I don't want them treating me different on this shit. So I'm saying, like, look at these motherfuckers. These niggas, yeah, nigga. I'm like, man, I'll beat this nigga ass for real. I'm like, bro, let me get the fuck off this show because it's like, dog, I don't need it. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
Dog,
I'm sorry.
You are not trying to be nobody. If we learn nothing else from you, you are not. You couldn't have been. You couldn't have had an older brother.
Nah,
so my older brother ain't nobody's little nigga. This is
but
how
you know what's crazy?
This is how family works.
I don't. But because I'm an only child, I've never been nobody's little brother. And I'm the man of the house. I was 12 years old, moving the car from the garage to the street for my mom. I was warming the car up. Like, nigga, I was the man in the house. So she get a boyfriend. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? What are you doing, Melvin? What you want to make some naked eggs, nigga? You know what I'm saying? It's me and my mama shit. It's me and my mama shit. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Motherfucker, don't come here with that bullshit. Straight up.
Imagine a 12-year-old CP backing out the driveway one hand with the cigarette hanging and the music up.
My mama needed me to be the man.
Nigga Melvin trying to pull up. Watch out.
Yeah.
Nigga, you are 12.
For real.
Reading at an 8th grade level at 7.
She needed me to be that, man. You feel me? You had the kids you need, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama, I was exactly what she needed me to be.
Okay, so actually, this is what I liked about CP when I met him. Everybody else that I met at this first year when I used to be in this office, they was like, "Oh, this might be my thing." CP had come with shows already made and sold. You were the only person I met that had a slate.
Mm-hmm.
People came with one idea that was usually half cocked, and I'm not even like judging them because I didn't know. I got lucky into that job too. I was acting like I knew what I was doing, but you had. Oh, I got this. And I got Reggie Bo. I got Brightmore. I was like, he have 4 show
I
pitches?
can't cap. I can't cap. One thing I learned about how the white executives in this town move is that, nigga, these shows is like real estate. These is all investment properties, rental property. I might live in one, I might not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro,
I like that.
I'm gonna build it up. I'm gonna frame it, and if it's sell, it's sell. If it don't, I got the bread. I didn't put my investment. I got my shit out, and we gone. We not married to nothing. If I love it that much, when I get on and be the nigga that I'm supposed to be, I come back and make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's literally
like
how I think about the world.
Yeah.
I just have never had the exact words for it.
Yeah.
But this is what I'd be like. People be like, "Bitch, this," and I'd be like, "Nah." Then somebody could tell me what to do.
Exactly.
And I don't want you to be able to change
Exactly.
one line or one decision.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather pay for it myself. I didn't realize we were that alike in that way.
If you love it, don't pitch it, keep it. But, you know, if you pitching it because you got to make money, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, people don't understand. Like, by the time you get the breakdown for the show that you got audition for, somebody done got paid 20 times.
Whew.
Wait, I got paid to sell it. I got paid to write it. I got paid to rewrite it. I got paid to rewrite it again. I got paid to make changes. I'm 90 grand in, and your ass is reading the damn shit like, so it's like, fam, like, you know, you don't even understand what's going on.
I got an audition in my email right now.
Yeah.
And I have just felt, and I'll tell y'all who after this.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at it, and I promise you, I was just like, because in the thing, the first thing was like, you got to be available from April to August. I was like, nigga, you know how many things I got to do from April to August? And then it was like, and you also got to be available for 7 seasons. And I was like, I don't want to be with this nigga. And this is a big, I mean, he's a white dude and a nigga, but I was like, I don't want to tie my life to this man for these next 7 years after all the stuff we did.
Yeah, but see the game is like, you don't know what's gonna be the one though, and that's like, you know, like when I did Love Life, I had never heard of Love Life really before that.
That's what we gonna talk about too. You going ahead on my card?
My bad. I'm sorry. But it was like when I got there, I saw like, oh, this is written crazy well, and this is written like in a way that is very smart, and then it's like, you know, as we're doing it, I'm like, yo, this might be something big, and then it comes out, and it's like, you know, they ranked me #1 funniest person in the Love Life universe.
Dog,
that's crazy.
I ain't gonna hold you, CP. I didn't know what Love Life was until you said I'm on a show called Love Life, and then I remember Teddy was like, he's on season 2 because it took me 5 episodes to realize. I was like, this nigga CP, it's this Teddy talking.
Yeah, that's how it was when I watched this Precious bootleg one time because it said Notorious on it, and I'm like, where the fuck is Big? Why is he? When does he meet Puff? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the? Anyway, go ahead. It was already grainy. I'm like, dog, what the fuck is going on? This nigga, did he say this nigga from stealing chicken? And then maybe that's what his mama was mean as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
But anyway, I want you to tell the story. But I had not heard of the show until you put it that you actually, I think you put that you booked it.
Yeah.
And then when it came out.
I booked it the day I did Keep Your Distance.
That's the show?
Yeah, that was the show.
Oh, that's what I called.
Remember, I'm like, I'm about to go to New York. I booked it that day. Yeah. I was so messed up, man.
And you that was Africa. That's when you talked about Africa, right?
No, that was Africa. Was the first one.
Oh, okay.
Remember, like my aunt passed away that day. I got the role that day, and then we did the show that day. I was all over the place.
Man, that's a lot of emotions too.
It was a lot of emotions, man. It was crazy. But
so tell us about Yogi. Yogi's a character you played on.
Played on Love Life, man.
And you were in that show for real. Funniest part of the show, best part of the show. It was actually a good show.
It was a great show
overall.
Man.
But you were like a huge part of the reason why the show was so good.
I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, you got to
say one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Oh yeah.
You represented me. Because you was like, I'm married, I'm staying at home, I got the kids. I was like, finally.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, this is as good as it gets for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going out to no bars. I want to be home with my wife. I don't want
the
threesomes.
Kids. I don't want all the crazy stuff. No.
I can barely fit it with her.
Oh, man. What? Threesome? What you mean? Disappointment? A double disappointment? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, no. But look, what I think it was, you know, like, first of all, these actors and actresses that I was around was just so crazy, right? I was around William Jackson Harper, you know, Jessica Williams, Arian Moorhead. Then you got Janet Hubert. You know, you got Kimberly Elise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what's my man's name? Blair Underwood. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like, it taught me a lot about how to act on set. First of all, it was something that I need. It was a good experience that I needed to know going forward because I feel like I'm gonna be doing it a lot more now. And it's like, all right, it taught me a lot, but also it's like their stories were so important to tell, but they were very intense. And there was a lot of things that, you know, Will had to do as Marcus that made you upset, but the reason why he did it was because it drove the story forward about what it means to grow up.
Yeah.
And so I think that my character represented the most evolved, complete person on the show. I wasn't single. I wasn't trying to, you know, I liked my job. And so it was like, you know, to even play that role as a black man is so important. But number two, that show that we're black because we're black, and it acknowledges it in a way that doesn't throw it in your face. We want to have stories too that begin with us being successful and end with us being in love. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, when you look at it like that, that's what made me be like, oh my God, this is about to be huge. Because like when people realize what this is and who made it, this is a Paul Feig. This is like Bridesmaids, The Office. Like, this is Paul Feig, you know. So it's gonna be shot the best. They're gonna use, you know, they were like CP. The first day they said, what do you want to be? I said, man, I would like to be considered the black Will Ferrell. I want to be able to go and rip in any scene. And so I swear to God, like, 2 episodes in, Sam Boyd, which was the creator, he directed some episodes. But he just created the show and the whole universe. He's like, yeah, CP doesn't need to rehearse, because what happened was I would say something in rehearsal that'd be hilarious, and then I don't give a fuck. I go eat lunch, come back, like, all right, what remember that one thing you said? Like, no, I don't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember what it was because I just talk, and so they would just like save it, and so I mean it was just like, man, to watch them respond to me gave me the confidence to be doing what I need to do. Just a perfect setup, man. But like I said, the theme, not only for me not being wanting to be nobody's little nigga, but the setups are perfect. I go with the flow. Mm-hmm. I don't mind struggling. I don't mind working hard. I don't mind being out of the limelight for my end result.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to look cool the whole way. It don't work like that.
Yeah. That's true. I remember I hit you when I watched like 2 episodes, and I was like, there's no way
you wrote they
There's
wrote that.
no way they wrote that line. I think it was the belt, the belt thing you said.
Yeah, the Ben and Jerry's.
The Ben and Jerry's belt. And I was like, only CP could come up with something like that. So did you have to, when they said don't rehearse, was that them being like, we are wasting this from you, and they just let you rock for the rest of it?
So I'm going to tell people something too, because this is something that you may not see. People work hard to write these episodes, and sometimes the smallest word in a joke means something later on that you don't even understand. You don't want to say it, but they need you to say that. Like, I say the lines that are written with the same vigor and the same hilarity that I would say my freestyles with, because that's important.
Yeah.
I need those writers to understand that I value what you do, because I'll tell you, like, you get that reputation, like, man, that ain't how I wrote it. I'll say it. I'll give it to you how you wrote it, but then they say, CP, have some fun with them.
Yeah,
it's all right, bet, let's go ham. And then when we go ham, they end up using that. But never would I ever disrespect the process of them writing it by just not learning the shit.
Yeah.
And I think that when they find out, because they the audition had a lot of monologues and huge monologues, and like, it was me telling him about going home to his wife and stop doing this, and then there's another one about, it's not all about you, Marcus. It was a lot of monologues in the audition, and Sam said nobody knew the words.
Yeah.
He's like, CP, you knew every single word, and it was like, it's just like, but like, yeah, like, we're comedians, so our memories is always quick. I'm always I'm going into my database every night, so it's easy for me to memorize stuff. It's the small things, man. Like, success is about being in the right place at the right time, the right way.
What you mean by the right way?
The right way. I was prepared. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be like, oh, I don't look a certain way. Yeah, that's a part of it. But if you're not prepared, like, if you're not really studying, you got lines to study, and if you did it or not. And what you don't understand is that we're going to know, too, when you come hitting them jokes, and you like, you hitting the line with the wrong inflection, which that burns me up. Like when T-Boz did it in Belly, like, yeah, like, we broke. I mean, what the fuck? It's like... It's like, T-Boz, do you understand? You know what I'm saying? I get it. Y'all probably had a concert last night. Listen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no Tiana. Like, DMX was killing his shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no Tiana. Here she comes. You act like we broke. I mean, what the fuck? It's like, oh, here we go. We ain't winning shit now. We are not nominated for anything. Thanks, T. Oh. And cup. Thank you, Mrs. Boz. We appreciate you, Mrs. Boz. Thank you for your contribution.
Oh my gosh. So talk to me about, I mean, you've had a lot, man. Love Life obviously is the most recent thing, but you had HBO Def Comedy Jam, you had Detroiters, you had your own show, you hosted World Star, which everybody was watching at the time. Like, which one of those was the most important to you, or are they all part of your story?
World Star was the most important because I had to turn it down initially, and Q called me back and said, man, I think you're a star, and I think that you don't even see it yet. And so they end up paying me double because I turned it down. Don't be afraid to turn shit down. If they want you, they gonna want you. Think about how, that ever stop you from, trying to get that coochie. You know what I'm saying? Look at Steve Urkel. He got that ass. Anyway, but he did, though. And I was like, you goddamn right. Who wrote this? If I'm the star, I'm making $1 million out of the episode. I need to fuck Laura before the show ends.
Oh, my God.
What are we doing? I will not come tomorrow. Did I do that? I didn't do that because y'all didn't make me do it. Anyway, but no, I think I just, man, I forgot the question. What was that?
World Star.
Oh yeah, World Star. Right. They paid me double, and I moved my family to LA. That's how I got started.
Really?
Yeah, I was living on somebody's couch when I got that.
Oh snap! And I remember that was inspiring to me because I was like, oh my, this man was just up in this office, and at this time everybody was watching that show, and you got all the rappers, you got to keep the clothes. I was like, dang, this is like, you could be here one day, and then there the next day. You know what I'm saying?
But you can also be back home the next day. You know, it's crazy. I was supposed to make like $4 million a year doing that. Because we did a 10-episode run, but that was gonna be coming on every day after a while because World Star was an everyday brand.
Yeah.
So they were gonna be like, yo, we're gonna either shoot a bunch of them every weekend to stretch you for the week, or we're gonna need you to do different stuff. It might not always be a rapper interview. We were getting ready to change everything. It was ready for gearing up for season 2, which will be just like some Kurt Loder type shit.
Yeah.
And then right before the first episode airs, Q passes away.
Man,
and I'm like, that's my life. I'm living out here in this expensive ass place, and you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I got money coming, gotta work now.
So what was that like to like have that? I mean, you had the dream in hand, and then you had it snatched away. Like, how did you like maintain your focus? Because from the outside looking in, it didn't seem like it slows you down in any way. Because you booked so many more things after that. But
so like at the time, I had this show on MTV called History of Rap. Me and Chip did, and it was very, very controversial. They picked us up for like 17 episodes, and then 10 episodes, but we got 17 out of 17 executives to vote yes on it, which has never happened before, to greenlight. And then, but it was like about rappers and telling real stories using puppets and all of that, and it was very controversial. And some rappers, I can't say their names, but they got with some executives and they put the kibosh on it. But when you get canceled like that, they got to pay you for the whole season. So then it's like, bam, now I got money again. I can live and relax. You can get peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like just keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be devastated, and I look at Chip, and Chip's like, fuck it, and I'm like, damn, you're right. You're right. Like, I can't. What's gonna stick is what's gonna stick. But my life has a way of reminding me all the time that it's like, bro, this ain't chores. It's not chores, bro. You got to be yours, man. Like, this ain't yours. You have fun over there. It was cool, but it's not yours. You got a mission. You told us when you was praying that you wanted it to be like this. So stop thinking that you're done every time you get it like that, because that ain't what you said.
This man does speak to me, my soul, in this moment, Marquita Bradley. I thought we was going to learn about him. He done talk. You're ETing me.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Why are you ETing me right now? Because I was really like going back and forth. And this man, like, are you in my mind?
It's not true. I mean, look at this, kid.
I know. That's
all death wasn't yours.
No.
That stuff, everything we did, it wasn't yours. This is yours, and the respect came. Right, the respect came. It's like, bro, like, people say your name with a different swag. You was KevOnStage before you was even on stage, damn near. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why is he KevOnStage? I never seen him on the comedy club. Now it's like, oh, he got his own shit. You know what I'm saying? Now your name is KevOnMyStage. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? And when you are resilient enough to understand that, it's gonna be bullshit, it's gonna be people talking shit, it's gonna be if you're not resilient enough to understand that and keep going, then you're not gonna see it when it's yours. It's yours, bro. You know
I got chills.
I'm sorry, man.
Literal. Don't apologize. The Lord using you.
I'm sorry.
He using you. I thought I was gonna learn about you. I learned about me and myself. I'm about to smoke with you. We about to burn one.
Hey man, I would pay Kev $1,000 to smoke with me. I swear to God, I would. I would cash out you right now, 1,000 USDs to smoke with me.
All right, before we go, 2 more things.
Sativa, all head high.
It's a lot of head, man. Remember the Tylenol bullets? Huh? Everybody's a funny guy. Talk to us about, what if you had complete control over your next 5 years of your life, what would that look like? Because you're on a roll right now. That show was big, but you also have your own stuff. And your stand-up is amazing. We didn't really talk as much about your stand-up as I thought, but you are one of the greatest stand-up comedians of our class. And you know what? I don't mind saying that.
No,
I'm a fan of stand-up comedy. I don't have to be the best to enjoy people who are good. I be watching you. I be like, this man knows how to do it.
But you know what's crazy though? It's like, man, it's a reason why Kobe wanted Derek Fisher around. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, man, like without you, a lot of people don't know me. Without Tahir, you know what I'm saying? Without certain moves and things that people have chosen to include me on, like all of it is a piece.
Yeah.
Like, Kev, you are a Lego that's on the green piece. Do you understand that?
Oh my God.
Do you understand?
I
what
know
that means?
exactly what you mean. I used to work in childcare.
Yeah. So like for people out there who don't understand that, in the business, the green piece represents the money, right? Now, when you build Legos, only one piece of this row is on the green piece. Every other Lego is on that Lego's back, and it has to be. It has to be to build the building. It has to be, right? Like, my job is to be a Lego on the green piece for my team. And when I see you doing that, it lets me know, it's like you inspire me. I'm like, man, I can feed my team. I can get my niggas a chance. It's going to be hard because I'm trying to get my own chance.
Right.
But it's like, I can do that.
Yeah.
And so, like, if there's a responsibility being the Lego on the green piece, right? Like, Kevin Hart is a Lego on the green piece.
Yeah.
The Plastic Cup Boys are on his back. But they on the board, though.
Yeah.
They not in the bag at the store or on the shelf. They on the board. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. My wife told me one day, she was like, because I was complaining, I was like, nigga, I got to do all the stuff. And she was like, you can be The Rock, you can be Kevin Hart, you can be Issa. But them three always going to do more work than anybody else on their team. They always going to have to stay a little bit later, do one more thing, stay a little bit longer. But everybody benefits. But she was basically like, it's never going to get easier.
Yeah.
You always will do more as those people. Now, you cannot be those people, or you can be those people. But you can't be those people and expect it to be less, because it's always going to be more. And ever since that moment, I was just like, dang, you really gotta figure it out.
Melissa got the game, man.
Oh, that's why I connect with Yogi so much. Because like I can honestly say my life is better as a result of being partnered with her. She is the green piece. She the foundation. I'm on her back, so to speak. Because it's like, without that, especially here, like in Tacoma, it was different. But here, you need a grounding element.
Yeah.
For me, like I think most people fail because of distractions. In this city, probably I remember Nate Jackson said this when I first got here. He said, this city will give you whatever your vice is. If it's drugs, you'll get drugs. If it's women, cars, money, whatever it is. But if you can go through the distractions and focus, it'll give you everything else.
Yep.
And I was like, most people, and that's why I'm glad I'm married and I ain't worried about none of them young women twerking and the like. I got my family, got to pick my son up from school in 25 minutes. But that's what keeps me focused, and I can go home. I'm at home anyway. I'm gonna write this script because at 7 o'clock I got to take him to soccer.
Yep.
I ain't got time to be chasing no hoes around. My son got soccer practice. I got to drop something off at FedEx. I'm too busy being in love to be messing around with these hoes.
No, I told my wife too. It's like, she allows me to be me.
Yeah.
And I think that, what's crazy is that, like, you don't realize how much people require of you when you're in the wrong situation. You're in the right situation, man, they can allow you to just be you, and they appreciate you for you. And her doing that, everybody be like, I know he had you rolling all the time. She'd be like, I mean, he's very serious. You think he's not? You know what I'm saying? And, she knows me, and it allows me to just be. And I tell anybody, like, man, like, having a family is gonna put a focus on you that I don't think you really understand you need until you get it.
Yeah.
And when you're holding that kid and you like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything, like, sometimes I walk around my house and I'm like, man, this is all jokes. This couch, this jokes. This dog is jokes. This TV is the projectors. This shit. This is jokes.
Yep.
My kid's on the Oculus. That's a joke Oculus. You know what I'm saying? Like, we eating at this table. This is a joke table. We eating at this, like this. These are jokes. Like, I did this with jokes. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, man, like, yeah, man.
I have had the same thought. That dog that we got is, I told a joke in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Now you're alive.
Yeah.
And you that food in that refrigerator, that was Tulsa. Did a weekend there, paid for the chicken, beef, and the pork recipe.
That chicken was walking around one day, and I'm on stage. His ass get Kentucky Fried for me. And he don't even know it. That's how good my God is. That chicken was walking around. He didn't even know it. Dippeth in thy oil. Dippeth in thy oil. Dippeth in thy oil.
All right, before we're going to go, Kev's Top 10, we ask every guest these 10 questions. To answer these 10 questions, all we ask is that you give 100% honesty, all right? Number 1, who's your favorite person?
Man. everybody coming too. I got 2 kids, 2 parents. You know what I'm saying? Probably my wife. My wife, she gave me some dope children and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? She put up with me. And then my mom and then my dad.
No, man, just one.
Okay, cool.
All right. What was one of your happiest moments?
Of course, like seeing my kids get born and all of that. But I think, man, I was emotional. I was happy when I picked up my Tesla.
Really?
I was like, ah! You know what I'm saying? I was emotionally elated when I had my children and when I got married and when I graduated and all of that. But when I got my dream car that I sat in, my friend Danny Brown, he's a rapper from Detroit. I sat in his car and he had just got a Tesla and we had just wrapped up Detroiter season 2. It was me, him, Sam Richardson. And they're all rich. They can get one whenever they fucking feel like it.
Right.
And I'm sitting in the back seat and I'm just like, and they're like, what you, we were smoking. And I was like, hey man, I'm gonna work real hard and get one of these. And they were like, oh, yeah, for sure you will. CP, we done. I'm like, no, I don't understand. Like, it starts today. I'm going to work real hard and get one of these. And so when I got it, I remember I turned on Keep Your Distance in the car because they got this big-ass screen. And I just sat back, and it was just like.
That's dope.
I named it the Tesseract.
All right. What was one of your saddest moments?
Man. Losing my grandfather, man, and I couldn't be there. He died from COVID, and I was in California. And when you move out of state, you always brace for that call that your grandparents is, gonna go down. And I was always ready at no matter what, I would fly there and But there was this COVID, it just didn't happen like that. And I couldn't, and I just never felt so helpless. Like damn, like it happened to my family. You know what I'm saying? Like what you see on TV and all of that, and what happened to your family. It's like, it's like a sick feeling. Like, oh my God, I want to just like deep fry my head. You know what I'm saying? You just feel devastated.
Yeah. Sugar and butter or salt and pepper in your grits?
Why are we doing this? Salt and pepper, Kev.
Oh my God. How many have we had? One? Has been?
It's corn. So would
I
you
know it's corn.
would you just get a big ass ear of corn, but like sugar butter, sugar butter, sugar butter, sugar butter, sugar butter, sugar butter?
Syrup is sugar though. High fructose, corn syrup.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, y'all putting sugar on sugar, huh?
Sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie?
Sweet potato pie, Kevin.
There
What are we
go.
doing right now?
Anita Baker or Patti LaBelle?
Ooh, they both from the D.
Mm-hmm. Anita Baker got her deal from Drug Money. I learned that. Really? She really did. Freeway Ricky Ross. It's a true story.
Yeah, I do like
he got
that
mad
part
at
of
me
it.
because I didn't know that. I hadn't read his book.
Yeah, give me Anita
Anita
Baker.
Baker? Okay. She lives in California now.
Shout out to her.
Favorite black saying?
You know what I like? All right, nah. Because it means like a million different
It
things.
does.
All right, nah. All right, nah.
The inflections are key.
Yeah.
T-Boss wouldn't understand. All right. What excites you?
Man, I'm at this phase right now where making money is really exciting. I know that I'm gonna get over that, and it's gonna be a thing that is going on. But I think that, just where I came from and what I'm seeing it do, like watching my life upgrade, like man, this and this and this, and my mom get this and my dad get, and it's like that's exciting right now. And the more I get, the more I can do.
Okay. What bores you?
Writing. Everybody loves me to do it, and I'm really good at it. But my attention span, I just be like, oh my God, dog. I gotta get these pages out, and they want me to do like that. Ooh, a spider is over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck, I can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like I owe so many scripts and pages, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody, get your writer's assistant, man.
Ooh, a spider.
Pay that $150 a day, so you can just walk around and talk. They be like.
All right, final question. What do you want your legacy to be?
I want to be one of the funniest ever. I think that, unfortunately, man, I'm one of the comedians that's where I'm setting out. That's my goal. It's not enough to be one of them. It's not enough to be a part of it. It's not enough to be respected and we love you. Fuck all that. I want to be the best, man. It's like I hate that because you know, you see people like Tony Baker, who was like the best damn near, and then he'd be like, I don't care about that, man. I don't care. And he'd be like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You know,
there's certain people who are wired.
Yeah, they're just wired different.
Okay, top
Yeah,
5
yeah.
is failure.
Yeah, and I want it. I really do want it, but I want it because I think I could represent, you know, like I think I would represent us well on that main stage.
Listen, you got my vote. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris CP Powell. Where can they follow you, CP?
Everything at Comedian CP. I make it easy. I don't have a TikTok because this African nigga stole it. I tell y'all that all the time. He tried to sell it back to me. I'm like, I do not negotiate with terrorists. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't have a TikTok, but everything, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, everything is just Comedian CP, man. I'm just trying to be around. That's all.
Fantastic. This has been Coming to the Stage. This podcast is available on all platforms, but you can watch it early and ad-free on the KevOnStage Studios streaming service. You can watch it even earlier than that on the KevOnStage Patreon account. They're watching this live because they support me and the vision, and part of the reason this whole thing is here is because of them. So I support you, and I appreciate viewers like you. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Peace.